Okay, so I don't even really want to do this right now. I just finished watching part of Danny Boy's public service announcement about juggalos. Um, I did at the beginning, I was like agreeing with most of the things he said about like how it's not really the family era anymore and there's all this drama and stuff. And I guess that was my real complaint. If you want to go back videos ago about where I first had an issue with CPN, which I guess I should have just minded my own business. Thinking about it now and like going back on it, like I should have just left it alone. But I didn't like seeing the divide happen. But I'm going to tell you this right here, right now, okay? And I'm not going to bring up my tattoos again. I've already done that. I'm not going to sit here and recite the six Joker's cards, the albums in between, my favorite songs off each album, like what the songs meant to me, what they've done for me. But I've been a juggalo since I was 12 years old. 12 years old. Okay, I'm 34 years old. Don't question, please, Danny Boy, and I'm asking you this out of respect. You can not like me. You can have your opinions about me. That's fine. But to say that I am not a juggalo or like I'm an outsider and you're deciding who's a juggalo and who's not is not very juggalo of you. And I know Violent J himself has said this several times. Just because you own so many t-shirts, you could be a juggalo and not own one ICP shirt. You can be a juggalo and not have any tattoos or any Hatchet Man charm. Being a juggalo comes from a special place in your heart. It doesn't come from merchandise or how many albums you buy or how many gatherings you've been to or how many shows you can afford. That is not what being a juggalo is about. And so to say, okay, to say that bringing outsiders in is not okay. What happened to the days where, and I can attest this for a fact, there were plenty of people that didn't know who ICP was. Back when I was 12, let's say that would have been around 99. And I would put people that were not juggalos onto their music. Friends I have to this day that are now still juggalos. And if I would have never let those outsiders in on the magic that is the Dark Carnival, the scene, everybody in it, how would we grow as a community without letting outsiders into the community? This isn't like a game that you get jumped into and you don't get to handpick who becomes part of this community. The people that are in this community are in this community because we share the same common love for music, the Dark Carnival, the whole experience, the magic, as Violent J says, the whole entire thing. So coming from that side, you cannot sit here online and say who is a juggalo and who is not. Now, when it comes to you saying, you're saying don't trust me, blah, 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 I have made mistakes in the past. But as far as me maliciously doing anything to the Bender Boys, anyone in that group, actually anyone besides Child's Play Ninja, who I did say a lot of fucked up shit about, and I don't anymore, and I don't sit here and I don't bother him, he doesn't bother me, and that's just the way it is. We don't have to like hate each other to where we want to kill each other and fight every day, but we just don't agree on things, and it's better that we just leave it be and let it alone. The comments you made, and yes, you were nice to me at the gathering, and that's where I'm kind of confused, Danny Boy. I know you might think, because when rumors get spread, this is how it goes. Like, everybody should know this by now. One person will say something. It will get sent to another person, to another person, to another person. By the time the whole story is over, it's completely different from what it originally was. I never, and I'm going to state this publicly right now, here and now, again, I've stated this publicly multiple times. I've apologized. I've had private Skype calls with people. I have done everything I can do. Like, I'm trying to support the Juggalo streams that I think are doing good and like doing the right thing, even if it's just by buying merchandise and it puts a little bit of money in their pocket. Because they did, like you said, I shouldn't have got a free ticket to the gathering or whatever. Like, I have been trying to slowly give back to these people that did do that for me. Because, no, I don't just take things from people and, like, have no, like, I'm not that kind of person that's ungrateful and I'm like, fuck you, whatever. I had a good time, and like, as far as you saying you like tried to kill me on purpose, like, that joke is that it's not even really a joke because you really did not. And like, I know that for a fact. So everybody's saying that you failed killing me. That's not a very Juggalo thing to say either. Like, why would somebody want someone to die at the gathering? It was completely an accident. It was nobody's fault. Danny, I get where you're coming from. You seem very upset, but to call me a Juffalo, to say that kind of thing, that's like a fucking knife to my fucking heart, honest to God. Because like, if it wasn't for this music and for this community, like, I don't fucking know where I would be in life right now. It's made me the person I am. Some of the bad traits, good traits, whatever, it's made me who I am today. And yes, I am a Twisted fan, and yes, I'm friends with certain people there, but at the same time, I'm still cool with people from the other side, like the other group, like still psychopathic and stuff, and I don't want to have to pick sides, and I hate that this whole divide thing happened. I can't fix it. I tried. I thought, the first step in fixing this was going to the gathering and meeting Raya, who in person is a great person. In person, he is completely different than what I see online. He's not a complete asshole. Again, like I'd stated before, when I did get hurt, and some people are like, oh, it wasn't that bad of an accident, blah, 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 blah. I understand that. I'm not saying, like, it was the worst accident that ever happened, but I have broken my neck 2 times. I wasn't feeling too well. I hit my head. Sister Hatchet was trying to help me. But nonetheless, like, I do appreciate everything everyone's done for me. But the Bender Boys are right in the comments. Cyrax is a Juggalo, and that's how he ended up messaging me, actually, on Facebook. And that's how I ended up getting involved with Cyrax. And then I talked to Heather, who I think is a nice girl. And yeah, I don't know. Everybody now, like nowadays, seems to hold on to all the bad. They can't look at anything positive. Just like, supposedly trying to blame Violent George for drugging me. That was 100% Guido. I said I heard nothing about it and I didn't believe it, and I will never believe it because Violent George is not that kind of fucking person. He's not at all. So if that rumor's still getting spread around, none of that ever happened. Nobody ever tried to do anything malicious to me. Even the golf cart thing was a fucking accident. Nobody did anything mean or malicious to me. Where I made the mistake was I felt as though, and I do this a lot, honestly, this is a flaw of mine. I could admit this here. When I see somebody getting, like, I don't know, when they were saying, like, Guido's gay and, like, doing the whole picking on thing, I'll try to, like, I guess, defend that person because I feel bad for the way they're being treated. I did at first think it was, like, a troll thing, like, fucking around. But I should have, from the beginning, listened to Violent George when he told me that and actually, like, took him to the side and had a conversation with him about it and found out if it was a troll or if it was true or not. And the whole situation could have been avoided because at the end of the day, he then went on to lie about me as well. So he lied about Violent George and Lord Zero, which he admitted to them in Discord. And when they confronted him, he said he did it to impress me, which that's not impressive that you're claiming someone tried to drug me. That does not impress me. That makes me think that you're like, I can't trust you. And obviously I couldn't because he then made up the story about the bed bugs. I proved that already too. Pictures, evidence. I can show you my arms, legs, my kid's arms, legs. Doesn't exist. Just not true. I'm sorry for whatever he got. He started a new job in retail. Could have got it there. I don't know. I'm not going to even go into that because I don't know. So if I don't know something, I will straight up say I don't know. As far as the Child's Play Ninja thing, he has the right to his opinion. I have a right to mine. I don't go out of my way to correct him on his viewpoints or standpoints on things. I'm not going to. Slayer disappointed the shit out of me. I was like, and this is another thing. You guys want to say don't let outsiders in. Don't let this person in. Don't let that person in. I've seen people who aren't even juggalos at all and say they're not juggalos let in just because people like them or whatever else. Like, don't, please, Danny Boy, I'm asking you in the politest way possible, do not ever sit here and say that I'm not a juggalo. I'm listed in my state and have been for years, and we still have it here as a juggalo gang member because of the Hatchet Man tattoo on my freaking hand. Because it's right there, and because the other tattoos I have. When I was 18, my parents, religious, being Mormons, I wasn't. I was never baptized, didn't go to the church. Mormons are against tattoos. You guys can ask Hell's Spit about this. I took my birthday money, and the first thing I went and did is get a giant Dark Lotus cross tattooed on my back. Because Dark Lotus meant a lot to me, still does to this day. Like, that album, in my opinion, like, saved my fucking life. And I was talking about that last night. Like, this music is important to me too. And no, I don't want to see this community go down, but you can't pick and choose. And that's where people get the wrong impression of like Jugganati and other groups, is when people do stuff like that. When you sit here and say, this person's allowed in, but this person's not. That's not a very juggalo thing to do. And I'm not doing this to start a fight with you, Danny Boy. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because that statement alone right there bothers me. That you think that I'm really not a juggalo and I don't care about this community and I don't care about the people in this community. And I don't want to see these YouTube channels grow and get bigger. And I don't want to do that. Like, that's not true at all. I don't want to see that happen. I want to see everybody happy, succeeding, joking around, fine. A little trolling, fine, whatever. I'm cool with that. But for the sake of it too, and I know like there's some people that can't forgive and forget, but I'm one of those people who easily forgives people and forgets because I don't like to hold on to grudges with people. I like to just, you know, it's not good for you, and it makes me an unhappy person. So I'm trying to let all that past bullshit go. And I really, really, really wish that other people could do the same thing. Like, at least, I guess, kind of do me the favor. And if I'm not in an actual fight with you, and it's not you and I that are fighting back and forth, and I've done something personally to hurt you, please don't speak about me like that. Because I don't do that to you. And I'm not bashing Danny Boy for his opinion. Like he said, it was his opinions, but it's just simply not true that I'm not a juggalo and I haven't been around like this. Like that, I can't do that. I can't deal with someone saying that. Like, I've been, man, I remember, this is one of my best juggalo stories I can tell you. As a kid, I wasn't really allowed to go to many shows when I was younger, and I'd sneak off to go to them and stuff. But I remember when my dad, rest in peace to him, he let me stay home from school the day that Bizarre and Freak Show, all 3 albums came out on the same day. And I remember just sitting there, like, in my living room, waiting for them to get back from, like, I believe, like, Best Buy or, like, exclusive company. And my dad came home with, like, all 3 albums. And I listened to all 3 albums for, like, months straight. Like, I had, like, a 5-disc CD, whatever. I don't know how to remember. Maybe 3 at the time. And those albums stayed in my CD player forever. And, like, I love those albums. Even though Bizarre are not considered Joker's cards, they're, like, 2 of the... I love those albums. But, this whole question question your juggalo thing is not very cool. I shouldn't have to prove myself, and I won't. This is the last time I will say anything about this. But again, I apologize, and I am sorry. I am very sorry to the Bender Boys that somebody I thought was a nice person accused them of something so terrible when they didn't do that. And I never did that. I did not do it. I on my children's lives, on my dad's ashes, I never said that about them. And I would never say that about them. I did say some things about Ryan in the past. Ryan's also said some mean things to me. But that's between him and I. And we did have private conversations at the gathering. That doesn't mean he's my best friend or anything. I did go to a couple shows with him. I just want this to stop, okay? That's it. I just want it to stop. And to people like Juggalo John, who I really don't know, like, you don't know me. You don't know my life. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know the situations I've dealt with. You don't know where I live, how I live. You don't. You guys see, like, internet stuff and assume that you know. But until you actually know me as a person and how kind-hearted of a person I really am, like, I seriously would do anything for anybody. And, like, there are a lot of people that can tell you that about me. If, like, people that know me in my real life. And then for everybody saying I don't have a job, which really bothers me because for a while I couldn't. And I'm being 100% honest with you because of my anxiety and stuff. My therapist did not want me working. I finally got the clearance to do so, and I have to work in an office in a quiet setting. I do have an office job, and I will post pictures on Friday when I go back to work for everybody who doesn't want to believe that. But I'm sorry. It's the truth. And I'm hoping I can handle it because I have tried in the past and I've had like some issues there. But I mean, please, Danny Boy, I'd appreciate it. Don't say I'm an outsider in this community. Please don't say that I'm not a juggalo. Like, that's... We were just talking about it last night, how I was saying my favorite album was The Amazing Jackal Brothers. And I remember you used to do backyard wrestling. And I remember specifically, Val and George had mentioned Terrible. And I'm like, that song really, like, hit home to me when I was a kid. Because I'm like, all these people complaining about how all this is fucked up and all that's fucked up. Like, they don't know what the fuck Terrible is. They have no fucking idea. They're not living my fucking life. They don't get it. They're just whining and complaining. And, like, that song meant a lot to me. I remember it was one of the wrestlers, maybe the weed man at the time, whose name was Dysfunction. I know he used a lot of, Amazing Jackal Brothers music for, like, fake, it was called EHW, Extreme Hardcore Wrestling, for, like, our backyard wrestling group we had. But I grew up in a group of juggalos. We had, like, at least 6 or 7 of us. I know that's not too many to you, but if we didn't let more outsiders into our group and show them what we were listening to, and they would question, like, oh, what is that? That sounds kind of cool. Like, and we'd explain the whole thing. We wouldn't have that many juggalos today. We wouldn't be able to fill a gathering grounds with people if we just picked a few and chose who we liked and, like, oh, we don't like this person, so we're not letting them in. That's not the way that this works, okay? So, Danny Boy, I respect you saying you want to keep this community together, but you can't sit here and say people are not juggalos, that you don't know if they're juggalos or not. And Cyrex definitely is a juggalo. I don't know who's saying he's not a juggalo, but that's how I think he came across my page in the first place. And Candle Smith is not dead. I'm going to state that again. If Danny Boy wants to go back to yesterday, we showed screenshot proof that she's alive, and he didn't kill anybody. So, I mean, you can hate the guy, but to accuse him of murdering a girl who's not even dead, you need to talk to Paul Caston about that, who's faking her death and lying about it. Her fake obituary stated Paul had half of her ashes, but yet he said he didn't know what happened to her body. So, and it's not, there's no real obituary, there's no death certificate, there's no nothing. It was a fake written up statement on Facebook. That's all there is. There's nothing. I've looked into it for them because I don't think that's right. Someone getting attacked for that. I don't think that's fair. But please, Danny Boy, I never had a personal issue with you. I still don't. You can dislike me. That's your choice. But I'm not fake when it comes to this Juggalo shit. I'm not fake whatsoever to it. And you could say because I'm a Twisted fan that makes it fake, but it doesn't. I explained already 1,000 times. You know, like ICP has like some funny songs. They've got some like real like, I don't want to say scary, like you're terrified, but like they have some pretty deep, like dark songs. They also have some like, let's think, like, I don't know how to put this. The songs are serious, but yet still funny at the same time. But Twisted has some like really deep songs, like emotional songs that I've actually cried watching it. Like it's actually made me cry. Maybe it's because I'm a girl. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But when my dad passed away, the song "Love Don't Live Here Anymore," it's been cold since you went away. Like that song always reminds me of my dad. Always will. Wizard of the Hood was one of the best albums of all time. I don't care what anybody says. I'm sad that they can't put their differences aside and do a tour of that. Like I watch it online every once in a while. The whole entire thing from the gathering that year. Please don't question the fact that I'm a juggalo. If I wasn't, like I would have never got involved in any of this in the first place. I wouldn't have cared what Child's Play Ninja's opinion was in the first place if I wasn't. Like, why would I even put myself... Why do I have tattoos all over my body then that... Why would I have that just for attention? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's more than music to me. It's been something that's helped me throughout life. And hopefully anybody who sees this maybe understands a little bit more. But you don't have to be jumped in or anything to be a juggalo. Juggalo is in you. It's part of you. It's who you are. It's, I don't know. You guys all know what it is. Like the magic you can feel when everyone's together. The vibes people get off each other when everyone's together. Like that, there's nothing else like it. So, I'm just going to end it with this. Keep doing what you're doing, everybody. I'm like proud of everybody. Like seriously. I don't know if my opinion matters to you, but a lot of you I do care about as people. And excuse me, I agree with Danny, but I want this community to continue to grow. But we can't just pick and choose who's a juggalo and who's not. You can't do that. It's hurtful, and I don't think ICP would agree with that either. That's not right. Like, there's certain people, like, I don't know. There's certain people that are so down for the scene that they do anything, like risk their lives to go to gatherings, like hitchhike, get stuck places. I don't know any other group of fans that will do that. And I appreciate everything people have done for me, and I will continue to support those people. And Danny Boy, again, I'm sorry this isn't like directed to be mean to you or anything like that. I just want to say my side of it. Like, I'm tired of the questions. I just, like, name all 6 Joker's cards. Okay, well, I just did that last night. In, like, 2 seconds. It's not that hard. I've been around for a long time. We used to have AOL. Funny, too. AOL. Remember when AOL was a thing? I think my MySpace is even under it still. It was, like, Jamie 2 Dope or whatever. I think I still might even have that as an email somewhere. But, yeah... It's stupid. Please don't question that because, like I said, I had a rough childhood and that's what got me through it. So, sorry to those of y'all who think I'm not a juggalo, but I definitely am. And we have to let outsiders in to experience the magic that we do so they know what it's about instead of judging us like everybody does because we're already judged by so many people. I don't want to be judged by other juggalos. I don't. We don't need to be judging each other. I was wrong for doing it in the past, And I don't suggest anybody else do it because it doesn't help anything. So I'm going to end it with that. Much love to everybody that like knows I support and love them as people and wish nothing but the best for them. And the people that don't like me, maybe this will help like shed some light on some stuff. And if you still don't after this, that's fine. But yeah, I'll be a juggalo till the day I'm dead. my kids even say like, you still listen to this music after 20 something years? Yes, I'll continue to listen to everything put out by almost every artist on both labels until I'm dead or until they stop rapping, whichever comes first. So yeah, that is all I have to say. And Danny Boy, again, this isn't an attack on you. This is just my view of things on my side. And I'm not attacking you. I am not trying to start a war with you, please. Don't make a video like calling me out or like calling me names or anything like that. Because I'm not doing that to you. I thought you were real cool at the gathering. I thought you were like one of the nicest people there. So, yeah. Much love and respect to you, Danny Boy, for your opinion. But I just don't feel we should be disassociating people or not allowing outsiders in. That's how most of the people I know became juggalos, is because we let them in. So everybody needs to stop and think about why they became a juggalo in the first place. And most of the people that did become juggalos is because they were outsiders and didn't fit in anywhere else. So everybody needs to stop and remember that before they judge somebody else. Because it wasn't cool, like, when, I don't know, it's not cool. Like, juggalos have always been, like, clicked up in groups, but not petty. Like, not petty like this. Like, this is stupid. Just, whatever happened to, like, much call and love at the end of every goodbye and everything like that. Like, I just can't stand for somebody to say that outsiders can't be let into this world, because it will just stop. It's not going to continue on. ICP wouldn't be on World Star Hip Hop if they weren't trying to reach out to more fans. Doesn't mean they're going mainstream or anything like that. It just means that they're trying to show their music. And I think on the radio show, I have the Juggalo Show box set here. I'd have to go through all the discs and look. I don't know if it was on there, an interview. Violent J, like, encourages letting everybody in. Everybody's welcome. Everybody. It doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are. It doesn't matter. Everybody is accepted and loved and treated with respect and equality. And that's a big part of being a juggalo. So you guys have a good day. I'm sorry again, Danny Boy. I just had to do this because, like, I can't deal with the fact that you really think I'm not a juggalo in that manner. And I wanted to set the record straight about some things. So you guys have a good day. I will talk to some of you later. And hopefully everybody's all right. So peace.